What's up, Titans family? Welcome back to All Out Titans podcast. Do me a favor really fast. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. The Tennessee Titans are officially done. Done. When we first hired Brian Callahan, I think I was the only one optimistic about him doing the play calling. I said it. I said, I don't think Brian Callahan should be the one calling the plays. I said it from the moment we hired him, and he announced that he was going to be calling the plays. I thought that was the stupidest thing they can do. This was the dumbest thing the Titans could have done. Everybody was so excited about the Brian Callahan hire. I think I was too. I was trying to be open-minded about it because everybody wanted an offensive-minded coach. We need an offensive-minded coach, and then we'll go to the Super Bowl. We need this kind of coach, a passing kind of coach. We need this, we need that. They gave him to you in Brian Callahan. All the Titans fans wanted an offensive-minded coach. You have him. Everybody was hating on Mike Vrabel. Everybody wanted Vrabel gone. Fire Mike Vrabel. Brian Callahan's the man. Blah, 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 blah. And I said it. This guy is coming from the Cincinnati Bengals, the offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals, who did not make the playoffs last year, and he did not call the plays. Why is he going to be the new head coach? That made 0 sense. The guy didn't call the plays in Cincinnati. He didn't call the plays. Zach Taylor did. So why are we giving him a head coaching position? That makes 0 sense to me. His first time being a head coach. He doesn't have any kind of experience in offensive play calling. Maybe very little. But why are you going to make him the head coach and the offensive coordinator? And the guy he actually makes offensive coordinator is a guy that's his best friend, someone he grew up with. Believe it or not, that our offensive coordinator coached UNLV. He coached out here for UNLV. For those of you that don't even know who UNLV is, it's the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Our football team. Our football team has never been any good. This offseason was the opportunity for the Tennessee Titans, but they had to get the right coach in if they were firing Mike Vrabel. Honestly, the only head coaches you would even consider hiring would be Harbaugh. Who would you go with without Harbaugh? Or you go with the offensive coordinator for Detroit, who announced that he wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't leaving Detroit, at least for another season. You have to stick with Vrabel. You would have to, because there's no other reliable great coaches out there. The Titans wanted a coach that's great at communicating, who was able to work with the front office and communicate well. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, let the coach do their job. You don't need a coach that's going to come to you and tell you the game plan. That's ridiculous. Like, I heard Amy Adams is choosing the jersey uniforms every week for the Titans to wear. Amy Adams, our owner, is literally saying what the Titans can wear and what they can't wear every week. What? How many coaches we are going through since we fired Jeff Fisher. When we fired Jeff Fisher was with the Titans for 16 seasons. Ever since then, it's just been like we're just passing the baton on coaches. Okay? 400, your turn. 400, your turn. 400, your turn. We're going through coaches like crazy. It's like, what are they doing? So they fire Mike Vrabel. Everybody wants an offensive-minded coach. Oh, we need an offensive-minded coach. We need a pass-first football coach. We need this. We need that. I was on board with that. I was like, you know what? We need to get updated. We don't need to be a run-first football team. We do need to change that up. We need to pass the ball. Will Levis looked decent last season. He did pretty good. Yes, he blew out the Falcons his first game because the Falcons didn't have any kind of book on him. They never seen him play before. Of course he's going to look like a dynamite player his first time out. Even other games he looked pretty good. Did I think he was the quarterback of the future? Yes. I thought maybe with more experience and more coaching and everything like that, he can adapt and become a really good quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. It has really shifted. It has gone backwards. And here's why I think that. A lot of times they change around quarterbacks and mechanics to how they think they should be, and it makes them worse. And I really think Brian Callahan and their offensive coordinator, who I can't even think of his name right now, has done that with Will Levis. I truly think Brian Callahan has so much experience at quarterbacks, you would think that him and Will Levis together would be amazing. Peyton Manning even said it. Peyton Manning said this is an amazing opportunity for Will Levis. It's going to make him 10 times better. He's only in his second year. Honestly, this is huge for Will Levis, and it has done worse for Will Levis. This has been a disaster season for Will Levis. He's got 8 interceptions. He might even have more than that. I can only count 8 right now when I'm in the heat of the moment. It doesn't make sense what the Titans are doing. Is it Will Levis's fault? Is it Brian Callahan's fault? Or is it both of them? You would have to win every single game from here on out to have a chance at the playoffs, because the AFC is so dominant and so competitive, you have to only lose a couple games to make it in. Houston Texans are doing exactly what they said they were going to do. They are winning the division, and they are beating the hell out of teams. And they're scoring more than 17 points a game. And what pisses me off is that the Texans are going to blow us out. And that freaking owner over there, Cal McNair, and his bitch wife, they're going to be... I shouldn't have said that. Cal McNair and his wife are going to be talking hella shit again, how they beat the Titans and how they sweep us, and it's just going to piss me off even worse. This has been the dumbest thing I've seen the Titans do since the Ken Wizard hunt. And what's sad is Rand Carthon's going to be in the hot seat as well, because he went out and spent a bunch of money on guys and hired Brian Callahan, and it's like, what were you doing? What made you think that Brian Callahan was going to be the man to take you to the Super Bowl? The play calling has been horrible. Horrible. What they need to do is literally watch a bunch of Kansas City Chiefs film and just be like, that's what we're going to do. Watch a Detroit Lions film and be like, that's what we're going to do. Steal the plays. I don't care what they got. I mean, it's just ridiculous on whatever they're doing right now. It's horrible. And this is what's going to be a problem. The Titans right now are 1-4. The players are talent players that we have there. Calvin Ridley, D-Hop, Tyler Boyd, L'Jarius Sneed. They're not going to want to stick around for that. Guarantee Calvin Ridley is going to ask for a trade within the next year. Within 1 year from today, guarantee Calvin Ridley will ask for a trade, because they don't want to be on a losing team. They want to win a Super Bowl. They know damn well how it's being coached. They're not going to. And one thing I said about Brian Callahan, he doesn't bring discipline. I know he calls out players in the press conference. I know he yelled at Levis. But Mike Vrabel was a disciplined kind of coach. That's why did we have penalties under Vrabel? Yes, we did. But not like we do with Brian Callahan. Brian Callahan, we're having penalties all the time. This is back to the 2013-2014 Titans, and it's ridiculous on what we're doing right now. I know I'm putting a lot of heat on Brian Callahan right now and not as much on Will Levis. It's just I really think a lot of this is Brian Callahan's fault. He hired an offensive coordinator to not call plays, just to help him with the scheme and stuff like that. And honestly, it's his best friend. It wasn't even a real offensive coordinator. Yeah, the guy coached in Jacksonville, but he wasn't a coordinator. Coach out here for UNLV years ago as like a linebackers coach or something. I couldn't even tell you. He's not a great offensive coordinator. I mean, he needed to get an offensive coordinator to come in and call plays. Brian Callahan is making huge mistakes. And he said before the season started, he needed people to be afraid to come to Nissan Stadium to play. We needed to be competitive. We need Nissan Stadium to be loud. You have to give them reasons to get loud. Everybody left the stadium today when they saw Will Levis throw another interception, because they were like, this is ridiculous. What are we watching here? Why are we paying this money to come see this team? And Amy Adams is going to end up in a boiling hot water because she's spending all this money on a new stadium. And it's like the mayor, the city, they're like, why are we spending so much money on a stadium for a team who can't win, who's not going to win? You bring in the talent guys. You got Calvin Ridley. You got D-Hop. And you're not using them at all. You're not using them. You're supposed to be a pass-first team. That's what Callahan said we're going to be. We're going to be a pass-first team. And what do you know? We're going back to the same old Titans that we've always been. A run-first team. He doesn't have enough trust in Will Levis to throw the deep ball. You need to let the kid just throw the ball. Stop being like controlling and be like, I just want to keep him in this little bubble right here and do 5-yard passes. You're not going to win the game like that. We score 17 points every game. Every game. Miami Dolphins was the first time I seen them score more than 70 points. And I don't even know if I can remember. Will Levis has been a major disappointment this season. Will Levis is drowning. He is drowning. And it is sad to watch because I truly believe, I am not going to lie, I truly believe that he was going to be our future quarterback for the franchise. I mean, honestly, and I thought it was cool. He looks like a franchise quarterback. He's got the look, he had the style. All offseason, he was hyped up. I mean, everything. I was like, this is going to be our quarterback. Yes. Finally, we have a quarterback. I mean, a franchise quarterback. Ryan Tannehill and Steve McNair are the only two franchise quarterbacks I ever consider the Titans ever having. That because we're going backwards. We're not going up. I mean, it's like, what are we doing? What is going on in Tennessee? And this is what pisses me off even more. At the beginning of the season, that Nick Wright, or whatever his name said, was like, the Titans are going to have the number 1 pick next year.
The Titans might end up with the number 1 pick.
Then why are they signing everybody?
Yeah, because I think they're poorly run.
Wow.
Maybe. You think the Titans are going to be good?
I was like, bullshit. Like, I was really hyped this offseason. I am not going to lie. I was like, we got Calvin Ridley. We got Tyler Boyd. We got L'Jarius Sneed. We got the number 1 center in the league. Oh, my goodness. We are making moves. Oh, we're going to be dynamite. It's going to be competitive in the AFC South between us and the Texans. And I'm just like, what are we doing? I mean, just sad. Subscribe.